finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that, and forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Hi everybody, this is Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller. I just want to say thank you first and foremost for being here with me today. I want to wish you again a prosperous and a definitely abundant 2014. I pray that God's fullness comes forward and in full fruition in your life. Today I want to take the time out to address a few concerns. One of the concerns I want to address is online marketing and online media and social media. A lot of changes have been happening from the end of 2013. I'm not sure if you guys actually were aware of it, but over 5 or 10,000 Facebook accounts, Google accounts, and Yahoo account passwords were hacked and stolen. That directly goes towards your personal privacy. So that's something that you should be aware of. Whether Mark Zuckerberg is behind it, whether it's the Facebook IPOs at fault, who knows? I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just letting you know that if you have a Facebook account, you might want to change your password. If you have a Google account, you might want to change your password. If you have a Yahoo account, you might want to change your password. Don't take my word for it, but if you start seeing your information being missing or some identity theft or identity fraud going on in your credit later on down the line, don't say that Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller did not tell you to go ahead and change your password. Now, moving on to more important things. Last year in 2013, I was representing the coffee company Organo Gold. Now, last year was the pinnacle of change for that company, and I want to take the time to address that before moving forward. And the thing I want to address is that last year was the time they were actually approaching what is called critical mass. In business, after the first 2 or 3 years of the infancy stage of a company, of growing and developing, you start to see the numbers, you see how it's doing really in the marketplace. Really, how are people responding to the product? How is the product taken on in the marketplace within itself? Because people responding to the product and the product numbers are two different things. So to take the time to go back through the company, I was actually reflecting back and going through some of the minor details. And some of those minor details, they're minor, but they're actually very important. They're just kind of like on the bottom. The fluffy stuff is what people kind of like to celebrate, but the details are the silver lining in the clouds. So sometimes it looks dark outside, but you know every time you see a dark cloud, there is a silver lining in every cloud, and that's the details within this cloud. Now, I want to take the time to talk about this because critical mass is something that's very, very, very important. Now, they were approaching critical mass in January, February, the first quarter of 2013. That's January, February, March. That's when they were approaching critical mass. Now, like you know, with the hashtag postings and with the training worldwide, we actually pushed the company beyond its expectations in 2013, and blew critical mass out of the box by selling out every single box of coffee in the company worldwide. And that was such an tremendous thing to do. But here's the silver lining in that cloud. Because the company is based on a pyramid scam, they withheld money for coffee sales online. Now, with them withholding money for coffee sales online because of a group size, basically they're saying because you didn't get enough people in this scam with you, we're not going to pay you for the things you legally did because you didn't do any illegal activities for us, or you didn't get enough people in the scam with you. You did it the legal way by just selling it online. Now, with selling the coffee product online, because I'm going to draw a line to separate, there's the scam and then there's the product. Now, the product being coffee, selling coffee online is easy. Dunkin' Donuts is doing it. Starbucks is doing it. You can buy stuff online anywhere. You can buy stuff online across the world. Selling coffee online is not a new concept. However, aligning it with a network marketing compensation plan was what was kind of different. Now, it was not new. This very same company was rebranded because in the Philippines, unfortunately, the section of the Philippines that had most of the 500,000 distributors who were with this company when this company first started, unfortunately, I doubt there are any of those people alive. The typhoon just literally wiped out that entire portion of the Philippines. Now, is it a coincidence that a typhoon just happened to wipe out the exact section of the Philippines that the company started and most of the people who can attest to the scam of the company originated from are no longer around? I'm not going to speak on that, but I'm going to speak on the facts and the silver lining in the cloud. Now, continuing with that silver lining, this company was moving forward towards critical mass. Selling coffee online was not a new concept. Now, what they were not expecting a person to actually do it legally by just focusing their time and attention on mastering selling online. They were not calculating for a person to actually come in with the intelligence, the smarts, and the understanding to be able to actually sell out the coffee online, because their entire mindset behind the scam was to get as much people involved to keep buying stuff that they don't need, buying inventory to go back and sell. Well, in actuality, the real law or the legal proceedings behind it should be that if I sell the coffee online, you who went online from the Facebook post or you went online to the conference call and you dialed in, I'm sure a lot of you got callbacks from a lot of different people, and now you're in their groups and they're encouraging you to build a business. And I know over 15,000 people so far that I'm actually aware of got involved worldwide and are actually at meetings and are on still doing their conference calls worldwide because they actually got caught into the scam. Now, the conference call line was to let you know about the business. The product itself was the coffee. Now, the conference call line was a part of the scam. You didn't need a conference call line to sell the coffee. As you can tell, I trended it worldwide and you went online and you bought coffee. Now, for the ones of you who have not received your coffee yet, I do apologize, but I want you to understand that it's not in my control. Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller or FSJ Group Inc. or FSJ Group is not responsible for you not receiving your product or you not receiving a refund. The company's leadership, starting with the vice president of sales, Holton Buggs, and some of the leadership within the company like Taria Avant and David Emenitier, those are the members or those are the people who would hinder your progress by stealing your money, lying to people, and in the return, try to start the whole scheme all over again. Recently, I just saw a video with the very same vice president of sales. Now, when we did this trending in June and July, sold every box of coffee out of the box, out of the company. They were goal for 1% of the coffee market. That was just a scheme because at that point they were already at 5%. So even though they were already at 5%, they were selling the hype to going for 1% of the coffee market. At the end of June, July, we were already at 10% based on how many coffee boxes or boxes of coffee that were sold online worldwide. We were already at 10% at that time. Now, what the company did by stealing the money and slowing down the process of people actually receiving their coffee and slowing down the process and actually stealing business partners away, because some of you who went to the website to buy coffee, I'm pretty sure if you go right now to www.fsj.organogold.com, you're actually going to be pulled away with the hyperlink that's going to take you to another site. So the company has put in place a direct hyperlink to steal business away, to show the character of the leadership of those people and their values. See, they're below my standards. And that's the reason why I am no longer representing that company. Now, if you go to that website, you're still going to see my name there. Why? Because the brand FSJ is my brand. And the site is still up because it's actually up for another year. And I'm sorry if you go there and you get dragged into it. The reason I'm apologizing to you right now is because I was hoodwinked myself. Because honestly, taking the time to watch this company, I was hoping that the company's leadership would have more fortitude to be honest. Unfortunately, they're not honest. And unfortunately, they would be willing to scam you, the average American, or you, the average person around the world who just want to find a way to better yourself when you got that information online and you saw that hashtag training and you went online and you got on the conference call or you bought that box of coffee. You know, you were excited about that. And they stole your dream. They stole your excitement. They stole an opportunity for you to build a future. And that's what the devil does. The devil comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. Now, from the information that I'm aware of, Syria's chemical gas attack, those people who died killing from that gas attack, which is about a year and a half ago, which is exactly around the same time the company was making its way to Russia. Just so happens, the people who died from the chemical attack were people who were en route to where the trucks would take the coffee from the ship to Russia. So go figure. The people who were in Syria, who chances are wanted to have a chance to free themselves or to be able to live that dream, they died because they couldn't have that opportunity. So the company is openly willing to kill. Case in point, they just opened up in Kenya a few months back. Now, I'm not sure if you were aware of it or not, but in the news, in Kenya, there was a mall terror attack the same day as the company's opening in Kenya. The very same day, that entire week, there were a series of different deaths, killings, and attacks, terror attack in Kenya around the exact same time. And it was funny to me when I was watching the news, because I'm what some people would call a media outlet at this point in time. But the thing that was interesting to me, when I was watching the news and I was watching the replay of the Kenya terror attack, those people who were shooting up people and killing people for no reasons, they tried to say it's some hush bob, or I'm not, please forgive me if I don't say the name right. They're trying to blame it on some terror company or some terrorist group from somewhere else. But those guys were all Kenyans. They were all on cell phones. They were getting directions, being watched by the people on the camera. So they were looking up at the camera saying, where do I go now? Go left? Okay. Go left, shoot up a bunch of places. Then they go back to the camera on the cell phone. Where do I go now? Okay, go right, and shoot up a bunch of people. That's actually fact. But I'm not going to dig too much on that. Because Syria was one thing, Kenya was one thing, and right after that, there was a typhoon in the Philippines. Now, the reason I say this is, again, the devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. It is vitally important that if you're going to align yourself with a company, an organization, or people who consider themselves leaders, you have to make sure that your character can stand or withstand their character. Because guess what? If your values are not aligned with theirs, you're setting yourself up and you're setting your family up. And please believe me, they'll sell you the hype. They'll come around with Mercedes Benzes. They'll come around and throw money. To my knowledge, they actually burned money to get people involved in their scam. How does that make sense? Well, from the money that they stole from the coffee sales, They tried to find ways to manipulate and intimidate the person who actually made worldwide record numbers in selling out all the coffee around the world. So how would they be able to intimidate that person or try to find ways to steal their ideas? By manipulating and by intimidating people who are close to him. With doing that, they came around with their Mercedes Benzes and they'll burn, say, $100,000 on the table and say, listen, this money, this is nothing. All right? This is nothing. Okay? We want you to know that this money is nothing. So whatever you want to do, if you want to get some money, you need to come over here and be a part of this. So this is how they do it. They'll put the money down, get everybody together, burn the money in front of them. Now, these people, unfortunately, they're not making $100,000 a year. They're 9-to-5ers just like you. They're scratching to survive. They got their rent. They got their light bill. They still got water bill. They don't have it like these coffee millionaires, as they would call themselves. They don't have it like them. So when these coffee millionaires come in and they talk down to them and they slap them around in their face and they embarrass them by peeing on them or whatever else they want to do, and then they try to intimidate them with money because they say money is the root of all evil. But listen, money is a tool. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. And trust me, they love money. The reason why they love money to the point they'll kill Syrians, Kenyans, and Americans just to steal and destroy what they cannot conquer. And the sad part about it, ladies and gentlemen, the sad part about it, to reflect to you the mindset of those individuals, the absolute saddest part about it is that the individual who actually launched and sold out every single box of coffee in the company worldwide actually put together a CD with music to actually promote the actual coffee and promote the business. The individual was actually willing to take the time out to actually share the information in different formats to help to push the company into critical mass to make it an actually legitimate business. But they didn't want it to be legitimate business. They wanted to steal, to kill, and destroy. That's what the leadership in Organogold was about. And because of that, they have been successful in stealing your money, killing the dreams, and killing and taking the lives of thousands of people just to destroy the evidence of the proof of the coffee sales online. Now, just the other day, as I said earlier, I went online and I saw a video posted by the vice president of sales. And he's excited again. He's so excited because right now the company's going into this, the big boom is what they're calling it now. So basically, after they stole your money, they tried to sell a bunch of hype, try to erase it off the books, and then they're going to say, well, now this is it. Now we're going to get to it. Now it's going to be it. Now the company's going to grow and move and expand. And no, the company has already made it to where it needs to be. The process of what they're doing is this. It gets to a level. They basically go back 2 notches, steal all the money from the top, put it in their pockets, and then they tell another lie. They want more people to come in. More people come in, they steal from them, take it all, and then they start it all over again. Now, this company would say that they're only 4 or 5 years old. In actuality, they're over 15 years old. Because the company started in the Philippines over 15 years ago, came to the United States right around the time we went to war in Iraq. Go figure. Some of the same coffee people were behind wars that have taken the lives of American troops. That to me hurts. It hurts me to my core to think that our U.S. government would settle for companies starting wars to put our troops' lives at danger just to cover up a money trail that they know this company does not have the character for the people that it's saying that it's servicing. Now, I come to you in this format today And chances are, as I said, I'm doing things a little different. So I'm going to be bringing you different information regarding this company moving forward. Because it came to me, and it came very clear to me that just like with David and Goliath, while Goliath was there, big, bad, standing tall, intimidating to everyone around, me, Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller, David, just knocked Goliath down with a slingshot, no shield, just a slingshot. Now, I'm going to behead Goliath. So because Goliath, Organo Gold, has refused, absolutely refused to pay the money owed to me by the coffee sales sold worldwide online, I'm going to continue to proceed and persist, along with my private investigator who has information on them for the past 12 to 14 years on all the shit they have been in, all the lives they have taken, and all the people and the families they have taken advantage of. So that's what I'm going to do. Since they want to proceed and persist into destroying my name, or manipulating my family, or destroying the relationships within my family, I'm going to make sure that they receive the reward of the wicked. That's my time. Again, my name is Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller. You can find me on YouTube at, I guess you can look for Foot Soldier Radio on YouTube, or you can follow me on Facebook or on Twitter. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure to be a representative, to share information with you, a representative of the people, because I am a person, and just like you, I bleed. Just like you, I hurt. Just like you, I have hunger, and I feel pain. So for all the bleeding, all the pain, and all the suffering this company has caused, I'll say this. If the owner, Mr. Bernie Chua, refuses to do the right thing, then I apologize in advance. Actually, I don't, because none of you are taking the time to apologize to me or to any of the families that they have killed, destroyed, or any of the dreams that they've stolen. They have not yet apologized, and they refuse to. Again, that is my time. My name is Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller, and this has been your Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller Mindset